Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
And I'm taking a bit of a guess that I've got Jocelyn on the telephone line now. Is that Jocelyn?
Yes, correct. Good morning, Nigel.
I can pick the lotto numbers as well, just like that, Jocelyn. So if you want to get the clues, just give me a call sometime.
Thank you.
Did you have a nice Christmas New Year break?
Yes, thank you. Yes, we went up to the Coromandel. It was glorious up there.
Right. And you didn't get caught out by any storms or anything?
No, we managed to be up there in between it all, so It was perfect.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we're perfect weather here too. And the community, when you came back, anybody left messages on your phone about anything?
Yes, there's been a few little things happening. A few little things going on. I suppose, it's reading camping, people parking where they shouldn't be and stuff like that is still ongoing, and I see that soon we're going to be having a briefing about that, and hopefully there's going to be a bylaw that comes out of it.
Yeah, sure. To be fair to our tourists, as somebody said, well, has anybody told the tourists that they can't do freedom camping? There's nothing really to say they can't.
Well, I suppose when you get there, there's signs that show you the number of sites there are, but I know there's actually some very, very good apps out there.
Yes.
And when I've actually checked on those, it actually tells you there as well exactly what the story is, even before, probably the last 6 months or so. So so the information is out there.
Okay, so yes, Kelvin Davis is going to call the meeting of mayors. I wonder if our mayor's been invited along to that.
I'm not aware of that. Hopefully he will be.
Yeah, there's 22 being invited, I think, to have a chat about the whole thing. So anyhow, down at our beach, we've had plenty of freedom campers, no doubt, with the weather being so good.
Yes. So, and certainly, it's a glorious part of the country. And, certainly when I was in the Coromandel, you see how different councils deal with things in different ways, and sometimes there's places where there's absolutely none, but then other places they actually welcome them.
Right.
So it's about finding that happy balance and something that works for our community, as well as, I suppose welcoming people tourists who include camper vans into our area as well.
How's our bus service going from the beach to the railway station direct? You heard any comments about that?
I think people are really quite happy with it. I think I've heard a few conversations about the one that is going around Belvedere, or actually down, around the swimming pool, the other loop there, which will end up being extended over the railway line. And I think the comments that I've heard is there aren't enough bus stops. And I think there needs to be some more conversations there about that, or just rejigging it, and then maybe looking at the parking around Countdown.
Okay, so you can't just put your finger up if you see the bus coming and say, hey, I want to get on the bus.
No.
Can only stop where the bus stops. Yeah.
And I think, hopefully there's enough flexibility to be able to rejig some of those things, if things aren't quite working well enough. And I suppose we do have the option of where the board does have to approve the route of the railway line.
Yes.
And so there is an opportunity to look at the rest of that route as well.
When that's going to happen, Jocelyn?
Pardon?
When is that going to happen?
Probably in about April, I think.
Okay.
That's probably when it's about to come to the board.
Okay.
And it may hit in, maybe 6 weeks or so after that.
Sure. So it goes across the railway line, comes over the railway line. I suppose it goes round the back route to Marai Lane to come to the railway station, does it?
Yes.
To let people off, etc. Yep.
Yeah, I think, actually, I can't remember I can't remember.
I think that's what it'd have to do to get to the railway.
That's the logical route that it would take.
Sure. Parking in the old Waikanae car park, the Greater Wellington Regional Council car park, any more complaints about that?
No, well, I don't know whether there were any complaints necessarily from Waikanae residents. It was more the regional council sort of stating really what the true position was there. But I think, they've realised that people do need to park there, and from what I've been parking up there when I go off into Wellington, and it's been very well patronised, and so really hopefully they just leave sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah, sure. Because shopkeepers, I think originally they were being encouraged to park in there, and well, I suppose they have been parking in there, and they're a bit concerned about that. But they've got to park somewhere.
Yeah, well, I think actually some of that might have been council and maybe the community board, but that was before we realised that. Sorry, my voice is a bit croaky. Before we realised that Greater Wellington, you might potentially take a different view on it all.
Right. Okay.
So everything seems to be working now. I certainly aren't aware of any more, rumblings from the regional council. So I think, just continue on as normal.
Absolutely. Now we've got a special pop-up back-to-school fun day in Mahara Place this Saturday, which has come out of the blue. We only got advised about it yesterday, but let's hope the weather's good for it and people can take use of it, or make use of it.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a great idea. And these pop-up activities are, really quite good because, they can, literally pop up anywhere.
That's dead right. In the Mahara Place. So you can have a look at the sculptures while you're in there if you've not seen them before. I'm all for them. I think they look nice. But you got any comments about that?
Yeah, well, I was away when, that hit the Dominion, and I've read the article, and really, the way that it's written, the person, the author is basically, I think they're just, they wrote it to see what would happen.
All right.
There's, the community board has never had any discussions about removing that sculpture, and we haven't had anyone talk to us about it. So it's,
just one person's
I believe
opinion.
It's still going to be there, but it's a case of where someone was maybe didn't have enough stuff to write in the paper, and they've thought, well, we'll see what happens when we do this.
Fair enough too. Dogs in the Waikanae Park, that's going to be another thing that the board no doubt will be confronted with, letting them loose around the forest area up in the hill there. So
yes, well, see, there's a bylaw, and I think it's probably a bit bigger than the community board. Obviously, the community board will have a view on it, and you'll see where it goes.
Okay.
Certainly there are a lot of people who have dogs, and there aren't actually a great number of places where dogs can go, but it's a case of sitting down and actually looking at all the information and seeing how it all can work.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Jocelyn, well, you get your feet back under the desk when we don't have a board meeting for a wee while, do we?
Yeah, well, I have to admit, we were due to have a board meeting on last Tuesday night. We didn't have any reports come to us, so it was decided that it was probably best just to let everyone, as you said, get their feet underneath the table again and move forward from here. It's going to be a busy year. Obviously we're going to have to deal with new developments in Mahara Place, or the planning for that. There's parking along State Highway 1. There's, still the expressway, the OGPAR is not going to be laid until about mid-February, I think it is. So there's a few things, that are going on, and so it'll be another busy year, and I'm sure we'll be up to the challenge.
Good on you. Thanks, Jocelyn. We'll catch up with you later. Jocelyn Prvanov, Chair of the Waikanae Community Board, here on Beach FM.
106.3 Beach FM.